Hi everyone, welcome to Yogi Buds Fitness. So this is the fourth day of our 30-day yoga challenge. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you could stay updated whenever I post a new video.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna...
So for today's class, we'll be working out your quads, the entire lower part of the body. So we'll be starting with standing poses. So take your feet together or hip width apart. So stand straight and try to activate the entire leg muscles. Spread out your toes to improve your foundations. Then try to feel that vertical line running from the crown of your head down to your feet. Again, notice the flow of your breath. You breathe in and breathe out through your nostrils. Now you extend your hands up and over the head. So here you extend the elbows until you feel the sides of your body stretching. Then lift your ribs, pull your navel in, and bend towards the right side. So as you go lower, see that you're not pushing the hip out of the midline, you just keep it at the center. Again, bring the body up, then exhale, go down to the other side. So slowly and gently bend or stretch your right side body. Inhale back to the center. Now on your exhale, lower your hands beside the hip. Again, you extend your hands upward. If you cannot extend the elbows with your palms together, feel free to have your palms apart. Now look up and lift the ribs. Then gently extend your sit bones down and keep your belly tight. Lift the ribs and bend backward. Now if you cannot bend as far back as you can, all you need to do is to bring the arms alongside the head to feel more stretch on your rib muscles. On your exhale, micro bend the knees and just hinge here on the waistline. You can take your hands on your shins first, then extend the spine, look forward. If you're more flexible, you can take your hands on the floor, then on the exhale, bend over. Now just slowly let the head fall. Continue hinging from the hip, deepening the stretch of the leg muscles. Now look ahead and extend the spine. Come up and inhale, arms overhead. And the exhale, or on the exhale, hands down and relax. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Extend the elbows, activate the belly and bend backward. On your exhale, return to the center, fold from the hip. Hands on the floor or on the shins. Full exhalation. Look forward, inhale, flat back. Then exhale again, fold and reach the floor. Hold the pose for 3 deep breaths. Now slowly lift the chest, keep the spine long, sweep the arms out and over the head. On your exhale, hands down, relaxed. Now go to the top of your mat. We'll be doing full salutation A, or sun salutation A. You extend your arms up over the head. Just extend vertically. Then exhale, bend from the waist. Have your palms on the floor. Look forward, make the back flat. Again, shift the weight to the toes. Then bend the legs, palms down, and go to your plank. So easier option, you can take the knees down. If you have the strength, then knees up. Shift the weight forward as you bend the elbows about 90 degrees, keeping the back parallel to the floor. Hip down, press the tops of the feet, and push the chest up. So squeeze in your shoulder blades, then exhale, curl the toes, and lift the hip backward. You can take your feet closer to your hands and see that your toes are pointing forward. Now you can bend your right, extend the left, then bend the left, extend the right. Do it again. Fold the right leg, fold the left leg. So So you can move your hip to the left, to the right. You go forward to your plank, to your down dog for a few times. Now stabilize this pose for a few breaths. See that you feel the length or maximum length of the back body. Extend both sides equally. So here you can just micro-bend the knees to fully lengthen the whole upper body. Look forward and step your feet to the top of your mat. Hands on your shins on the floor, bend over. Inhale, you rise and extend your arms up again, stand straight. Then exhale, hands down to your sides. We'll do that again. Inhale, you extend your arms up, fully lengthen the sides, the back and front. Exhale, keeping that length, you bend forward and connect your palms to the floor. Look forward, inhale, elongate the spine, bend the legs again, set your hands to the floor and keep your arms strong. As you go to plank pose, tone your belly muscles, lower down halfway, and then go up. Sink your hip, activate your back, open your chest, and then exhale, go to your down dog. And for 5 breaths, remain on this pose. See that you open your toes and your fingers wide. You pull the heel bones down and push your seat bones up. See that the back body is continuously extending. Breathe and let your neck relax. Now you look forward, take your feet again to the top of your mat. Breathe in, elongate, and breathe out, you bend. Inhale, rise and extend your arms up overhead. Then exhale, hands to your sides. Take 1 breath here. Now inhale, bring the arms up. Again, arch back as far as the body could give you without jamming the back. Exhale, you fold forward. Again, tip your hip over. Inhale, look forward. Fold the legs, palms to the floor. Return to the plank or all fours if you need to. Chaturanga or low plank. Inhale to your Urdhva Mukha or up dog. So you have to align your shoulders over the wrist. Then exhale, curl the toes and lift the hips. So feel the squeezing action happening on the crease of your pelvis, the front thighs, and feel the stretch happening on the back thighs and glutes. From here, you step your right foot forward. So you have to align the foot with your palms and then lower the left knee on the floor. So for you to stretch the front of the left thigh, you have to go lower, push the hip forward and down. But again, see to it that your knee and the heel are at the same line. So stay here for 3 more breaths. Also press down through the back of the left foot. Now we'll stretch the quads more. You twist your right first and extend your right hand up. Then reach it back, bend the left leg and hold your foot. So once you have the foot, pull your heel close to your hip, but that should not hurt the knee. If it does, then just let go of the foot. So in case you're okay with this one, you just push the hip down and forward, and then keep the twist by turning your right shoulder up and over the left. Continue grounding through the left hand. And then release the pose. Curl that left foot, pull your hip backward until you are able to straighten the right leg, then position your hands below your shoulders. Again, hinge on the hip and try to extend the spine forward. You're pressing the belly close to your right thigh. Now if you have the stretch, you can stay here. Or if not, you can bend, maybe head going down to your shin. Again, it's up to you. Now look forward and straighten your arms, your back. Now you'll work the front of the right thigh, your quads and hip flexors. You take your right hand and hold the big toe with the peace fingers and thumb, or hold the blade of the foot. Now inhale. As you exhale, you round the back and see if you can pull the leg up toward your chest. So as you pull the leg, you have to round or you have to activate the belly muscles. So go as high as you can, and then lower the foot, then bring the hip, point the foot, the back foot towards the back, and bring the hip down next to the hip. So I'll be moving forward a little bit. So when you're sitting here on this pose, some might feel discomfort on the knee or on the ankle. So you can put something here below the hips so it will release the tension. If you're good on this pose, try to sink more weight on the left hip and check that the knees are close together, and then you flex the right foot. Now you extend your arms over the head, inhale. Exhale again, bend from the hip joint, take your hands on your shins or on the floor, or maybe hold the foot. And then for some, or if you're flexible on your leg muscles, you can just drop the head down to your shin. But again, don't force the back. If it's hurting the back, stop. If it's painful on the knee, stop. Again, any pain or any discomfort, you have to do something just to get rid or to release. Now coming back out to the center, lift the chest. And then from here, you hug your right knee toward the body. So you have to sit with your back straight. Two options here. The easier option is to hold the shin, then extend the leg. Or the full pose is to hold the foot, then extend the leg up. So you can bring the leg closer to your chest, but see to it that you're not leaning too far back. Stay as upright as you can. And again, notice your breathing. Good. Now release and take your foot down on the floor, so you have to align the foot and the left knee. Then walk your palms few inches away from the body or from the hip. Now you have to externally rotate your arm bones and lift the chest up. Then to stretch your quads or the left front thigh more, you have to lift the hip. So pushing down through your feet, elevating the chest and the hip. For the head, you can keep your chin down to your chest or drop it backward. So you have to feel this part of the leg, the front quads or the front part of the left leg. Good. Now release, moving forward. You bend your right leg and extend that left leg. So readjust your feet. Look forward and try to sink your hip as high as your right knee to a runner's lunge. From this pose, you take your left leg up. Again, square the hip, turn that left thigh bone in to balance the side of the pelvis. If you're tight on your hamstring, you can bend your right leg a little bit. The right hand will stay on the floor below your right shoulder, so it's a little bit on the right side of your mat. Then you bend that left leg once again, send the left hand behind you, and catch or grab hold of the foot. Now see if you can open your chest and look forward, concave the spine. And without shifting the hip, see if you can pull the leg up and back. So the higher you go, the more you can feel the left front side. But again, don't go too high that you begin to turn the hip. So just keep your hip even. Now release, letting go of that foot back. Coming down again to your runner's lunge, look forward and elongate the sides and the back body. Palms down on the floor, then send your right leg backward to your plank. Lower down to your half plank. Going up, lifting the chest, look forward or upward, then exhale, decompress the back by going to your inverted V pose or down dog. Again, flex your hip, extend the sides and the spine, then press the feet and the palms equally. So next, you take the left foot forward, in line with your palms, and then set your right knee on the floor. Low lunge, you sink your hip, you lift the chest, and keep pressing through the top of your right foot. Breathe here for 3 sets. Also notice that you're turning your right thigh bone inward and turning the left thigh bone out, but not rotating the knee joint. Now we will twist, right hand will stay and left hand will extend upward, then back. You bend your right leg, again receive your foot. Notice if your knee is not okay with. Inhale, you reach the arms up and over the head. Exhale, you bend forward, reach the floor or the shins. Look forward, inhale. Bend the legs, palms on the floor, going back to your plank pose and lower down to half plank. Coming up, inhale, press down through the pubic bone and lift the sternum up. And exhale, return to your down dog. Then sink or flex the hips, sink your chest to extend your side body. From here, you extend your right leg up. Go as high as you can, but again, balance the sides of the body. So you notice more weight is pressing down through the right hand, so you keep your right arm strong. Knee forward to your chest, and step the foot on top of your mat. Lower the left knee on the floor, look forward and come up, hands upon the right knee. Moving your hip down as low as you can. So here are two options. You can just stay here, lift the chest upright, or the final pose is to bend the left leg, hold the foot with your left hand. You can extend your hip, push it down, or maybe you can hold the foot with both hands. So lace the fingers around the foot, then push your hip down as low as you can. So if it's painful on the knee, you can just let go and just maintain the pose with one hand, or another option is the right hand up. Stretch by pushing the hip bone down and forward. Now from here, lower the foot, lower the hands on the floor, and then heel toe the right foot towards the left. You lower your right hip on the floor, and then turn your left thigh bone in. You pull your right sit bone back, and then walk your hands beside the hip. Be as upright as you can, but if you feel compression here on the lower back, you just have to lean forward a little bit. Now stay, breathe, and try to sink your hip as low as you can. Now you lower your forearms down just to decompress the spine. You can stay here, or you can fold opposite elbows and rest your hands or the head on your arms. Or fully straighten the elbows forward, chest, and head down the floor. Again, just find a good version of the pose so that the body can stretch and still feel comfortable. Now coming up, walk your hands backward, lift the chest, and try to bend the left leg. So you fold the left leg, pull your foot again like what you did with the low lunge. Pull it close to your hip and lift the chest up. So others who can go to the mermaid pose, you can pull your heel, the foot closer to the crease of your elbow, and then the right hand will go up here beside the body. But if you feel too much here, for me I'm feeling too much compression on the left lower back, you can just stay here. What is important is you can feel the quads stretching. At the same time, you can maintain a good form. The chest and the hip is facing forward. And then release, set your foot back to the floor, palms down, and curl that left foot. Pull the hip backward, then take your right leg up and back to your one-legged dog, then turn the hip over, out and over the left. Again, pull your heel close to your hip by flexing your quads or hamstring to stretch your quads. So resist the movement of your right shoulder. Turn your right shoulder down as you turn your right hip up. Then straighten the leg, you go forward to your one-legged plank. If this pose is tough for some, you can take the left knee down, or you can just set your foot back to the floor. So your choice. Going down to your Chaturanga, then coming back up to your Urdhva or up dog. Return to your down dog on the exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now you lift that left leg up. Again, focus on the balance between the left and the right side of your body. Knee forward to your chest, you hunch your shoulders and bring the knee closer to the body. Then step the foot forward, lower your right knee on the floor, square your hip. Then come up as you take your hands on the left knee. Moving your hip down, lifting or broadening your chest. Then you bend your right leg and see if you can hold the foot with your right hand. Or maybe hold it with both hands. Then squeeze your shoulders to open your chest. Hip forward. Again, if it's difficult for the body to, or if it's too much for the body to maintain that pose, you can just let go of the left hand and bring it back on the left knee. Set your hand back to the floor, and then turn your left foot towards the right side of your mat. Lower the left hip down. Then again, try to find a good angle for the left leg that you can stretch the left hip at the same time you are comfortable with your back body. Be as upright as you can, pushing the hip down, lifting the chest up. Now you lean forward and hug your forearms down. Another option is to hold your elbows or extend your hands forward. Then turn your right thigh bone in, continue extending it back, and just try to relax the left hip. So walk your hands back again towards your hip, lift the chest and bend your right leg. So again, you know your option here. You can just stay here or go to the mermaid pose where you bend the leg or take the foot on the crease of your right elbow and then the left arm over the head. So for me, I'll just stay here because of some limitations on my hip. Lower your foot back to the floor. Take your palms down on your mat and take your left leg back and up. And turn it over your right, bending the leg. Oops. So you bend the legs and try to squeeze your hamstrings. So push your left or the left knee up higher and straighten the legs, square your hip and go forward. Shift the shoulders forward to your plank, keeping a strong core to your low plank. Then coming up. Inhale and exhale. This time, go to child pose. Just lower your seat bones down, your heels, chest down, the legs, forehead on the mat. And take a few breaths. Allow the body to completely relax. Now slowly take your hands below your shoulders to lift your chest up. Then go at the center of the mat. So take the knees together, sit on your heels. Sit upright. And then walk your hands again towards the back side and see that your hands are below your shoulders. Broaden your chest by pressing the floor and squeezing your shoulders, and then try to push your seat bones forward to the knees and pull the navel down. Now you squeeze your glutes and lift the hip up. The higher you lift the hip, the more you can feel your quads, the hip flexors stretching. And then lower the hip. Sit upright. So if you have no issues on your knees, on your ankles, if you're okay with this pose, sitting on this pose, then we'll try to go to the final pose. You have your feet, or take your feet hip width, not hip width, a little bit wider than the hip, maybe shoulder width apart, or just wide enough for your sit bones or hip bone to go in between your feet. So this is the easier version of the pose. You just have to sit upright. If you're not feeling pain on the knees, on your ankles, then you can go down. So slowly lie backward. You can stay here, forearms down or elbows down, or maybe go all the way down and lay your back flat on the floor. As long as you're not hurting your ankles, your knees, and you're not hurting your lower back, you're not popping the chest up. So try to move your belly down and make your back flat and long. You can have your hands here holding opposite elbows, or you can just take your hands here on the sides with your palms up. So take 5 deep breaths here. So just make sure you're feeling the front thighs, the front of the hip, not hurting the joints like the ankles and knees, also the lower back or lumbar spine. So to come out of this pose, you take your ankles, push the elbows by your ribs, and lift your chest up. And then lean to one side, then extend the leg out. Lean to the other side and extend the other leg out and forward. You can slowly turn your toes in and out, or roll the legs in and out, or shake the legs. So counter pose or counter stretch, you take your seat bones back. Sit straight and turn your toes up, then extend your arms up. Elongating through your waist, bend forward, and see if you can touch your toes. Now see if you can extend the spine more, bringing more, lessening the distance between the thigh and the belly. So bringing more range of motion here on the waist. And if you can move your head down towards your shins. But see that you don't force the lower back. So every time you bend lower, you have to rearrange or readjust the sitting bones. Now you slowly lift the chest, straighten your back, and then lie down on the floor. So roll down vertebra by vertebra. Now so take your back flat on the floor, hug your knees to your chest. For a moment, stay here and continue pulling the thigh bones down, pressing the spine against the mat. Now you release the left leg forward. Take the right leg with your left hand. Move your hip at the center, and then pull your knee down on your left. You can extend your right hand sideways, and make sure you ground your right shoulder as you turn the hip. Now from here, you bend that left leg backward and see if you can hold your foot. Once you have your foot, pull your foot close to your hip and push the knee down. But make sure you still keep your shoulders grounded. Release the foot. Re-extend the legs forward. Now you bend that left leg toward your chest. Hug the thigh bones down. Extend the right leg forward. Now recenter the hip or tilt the hip sideways and then take the knee towards your right side and reach the left hand towards the left. So relax your belly muscles, your waist, and just activate the right hand. Now you fold the right leg and again hold your foot. Pulling your foot close to your hip, and then make sure you keep your left shoulder on the floor. Now you release your legs. This time hug both knees to your chest. Then take your big toes or the edges of your feet, knees beside your ribs, and pull the thighs down and move to the left, to the right for a few times. Now extend the legs forward, have your feet a little wider than the hip. Again, lower your hands beside the body and externally rotate your arm bones, grounding your shoulder blades. Move your head side to side to release any discomfort on the neck muscles. So keep your eyes closed for a while. And just allow the body to rest. So relax the upper body, the chest, the shoulders, the back. Relax the head, your face, your neck. Relax your hip, your leg muscles, and your feet. Now tell yourself to relax. So just be still and let the body fully recover. Slowly move your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take your feet together and extend your arms over your head. Gently extend your whole body. On your exhale, bring the knees down to your chest. So roll over your right and stay for a moment. When you're ready, you slowly lift yourself up. So thank you everyone for sticking around, for sharing your time and energy with me. Namaste. So I'll see you again next time. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.